All right, what up, y'all? It's your man Sam Ant here at Viral Hip Hop News. We are live this beautiful Saturday evening for another edition of Artist Spotlight. Can't wait to talk to this brother Brinks out of Minnesota, man. I've been talking to him behind the scenes for a little bit now. Has a hell of a story. I cannot wait to share it with y'all. This is why I enjoy doing this Artist Spotlight portion of the Viral Hip Hop News platform, because I get to not only introduce independent artists from different walks of life, from different areas of the United States or wherever they're from, to you guys, but I also get an understanding of who they are as well. And 9 times out of 10, I become a fan for life for some of the people that I speak to, because I find out that they got a dope ass story, dope ass message, and the music is dope. And I hope that we could get the same for my brother Brinks today. Definitely excited to talk to him. As you guys enter the chat, you know how we do. Drop them zip codes, drop them area codes. Let me know where you're listening. Let me know where you're watching. And as always, we appreciate you engaging. Drop comments. Let me know what you're thinking. If you want to ask Brinks a question, drop it in the comment section below. We'll put it on the screen, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer that for y'all. But I hope everybody's doing well out there. Got a couple of people in the building. Brinks is backstage waiting. And as we get people in the building, in another minute or so, I'll bring him on. But hopefully everybody's feeling well. Again, this is Sam Ant with another edition of Artist Spotlight. Very excited to do so. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's not waste any more time. Let's bring my brother on right now. Let's get him up in here. Brinks, what's going on with you, family? How you feeling?
My bro, how you doing? Cooling.
Doing well, man. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Happy to have you on the platform, man. I see you with the Minnesota Twins hat on. Very excited
Always.
to, yes, sir, get into a little bit of your story, man, and get into the music and everything else. So as the people start coming in and as we warm up the crowd, man, let the people know who you are real quick, where you came from, and then we'll kind of get started from there, brother.
Yeah, my name Brinks, man. Shit, I just got out the joint, man. I just did 17 straight in the feds, man. Off a
Mm.
30-year bid I caught in '07, man. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, man, trying to revive this music thing, man, the Street King thing, man, that I had going before I got snatched up by the government.
Yeah, man. So I was hearing a little bit of your story behind the scenes. Like you said, we've been talking the last few days. And what interests me right off the jump is, and what kind of got my attention is, I'm an East Coast cat, man, born and raised in Southern New Jersey. And I know the East Coast well. I know the South well. I've spent some time out west, but what I haven't spent it is out in the Midwest. I've never been to Wisconsin, Indiana, Minnesota, Chicago, Illinois, them type of states. I've been to Ohio, but never too far out Midwest. So I'm always interested in knowing like how the culture is out there and how people move out there and what like the music scene was like. So growing up, like how was it living in Minnesota? What was the culture like out there? What type of music did you listen to? Like how was it growing up out there?
Well, shit, I listened to all music growing up. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say Minnesota got a specific culture, man. Like we listen to everything up here, man. You know what I'm saying? We vibe with everything. You know what I'm saying? If it's nice, it's nice. You know what I mean? We don't really have a specific pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we really been trying to create the culture here too. Like we don't even really like musically. We don't even really have a specific culture. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think actually is we like really diverse. Like we got a lot of different sounds here. You know what I mean? It ain't like you could just hear a person and be like, oh, he East Coast or he West Coast or he's South. You know, cause we like in the it's like a melting pot for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's
Or
like a melting pot for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people in Minnesota from other places too. You know what I'm saying? So like it's real diverse here. You know what I mean?
indeed. So what type of music did you listen to? What type of music kind of influenced you growing up, and what got you into hip hop? What was your first kind of remembrance of what introduced you to hip hop, and what propelled you to start wanting to get into the game?
Mm, all type of different music. Like early on, it was like Pac and Big. Then it became Jay, of course. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And uh Tip, you know what I'm saying? Scarface, all those, all those with substance music for me. Substance music for me, you know what I mean? Was my greatest influence in music, you know what I'm saying? If you got some substance to it, if it's talking about something, it's pushing out some information, some knowledgeable information, and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I get into the party stuff too, you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Something with some substance, you know what I'm saying? I consider myself a person with some substance, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to hear, you know what I mean?
And me as well, man. And everybody,
Yeah.
all the artists that you named, I rock with them and listen to the same people, and of course some other people. But it was always I tried to find a message in
Yeah.
the music, and I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to open an encyclopedia and listen to an encyclopedia. But at the end of the day, if I happened to listen to one, I was intrigued and I wanted to listen more. You know what I'm saying? So definitely
Absolutely.
the music with a message
Absolutely.
definitely got me. So when you started getting into the game, was that kind of the way you wanted to get into it? You wanted to make sure there was a message in the music, or did you want to go off for entertainment purposes? Like, how was it when you first started saying, you know what, I want to get into this hip hop shit? How was your first steps and walks in it?
Man, really just want to tell my story, just like tell my story. You know what I'm saying? My upbringing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like everybody else. Like you got a story. Like I had a story to tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I just bumped into some cats that was already doing it. I really wasn't a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I was more so like a person that came in and saw talent and like man, damn man, you dope man. You need you know what I'm saying? Somebody should sponsor you type thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's
hmm,
how it started. You know what I mean? With the Street King thing, and ultimately uh, I had the charisma and stuff like that. So they kind of talked me into getting in the booth. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, I've been lighting it up ever since. You feel?
word up. So talk about life in Minnesota, growing up and kind of moving around, because like I said, I know the East Coast, I know the South, I know the West, and I kind of got an understanding now that I'm a 41-year-old man that it don't matter where you from or what walk of life you live in or what area you live in. A hood is a motherfucking hood.
Yeah,
And a hard place
yeah,
to live is a hard place to live, no matter what state you represent or wherever you may
yeah.
come from. So just talk about how life was in Minnesota, because like I said, I don't hear much about it, but I'm sure it was no different than where I live or where out west or south, anything like that. So talk about how life was growing up in Minnesota and maybe some of the things that kind of steered you into going certain directions or whatever the case may be. How was life out there growing up?
Same thing, man. Same shit, different toilet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the same thing going on there, going on here. You know what I
Word,
mean? The
word
only thing you
up.
gotta say about Minnesota to other places, like I was born in Chicago, born and raised partly in Chicago, Illinois too, though. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
migrated to Minnesota. So I can honestly say, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a couple different things, but for the most part, man, you know what I'm saying? From a spiritual realm, man, it's all the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? All the same. A person could big up their city, big up their town, and make it bigger than the next person's town or whatever the case may be, man. But listen, man, I just did 17 years with people from all walks of life, from east, west, south, you know what I'm saying? And humanity is humanity, fam. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And flaws is flaws, you know what I'm saying? And character is character. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you from, you know what I'm saying? No matter where where you grew up at, what neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, man? They ringing out shots everywhere, man. They pushing the pack everywhere. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
just what you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't really go too deep into, man, I'm from here, I'm from there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm me. I'm Brinks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I
sir.
go off who I am as a person to my experiences. You know what I mean? And not all people got the same experiences. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's the same thing, bro. The only thing I say about Minnesota is in the difference is like when I got to school and stuff here, the diversity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It gave me more of an entrepreneur spirit. You know what I'm saying? I've already had it. You know what I'm saying? But it enhanced it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I was going to ask you that. So when did you kind of move from Chicago and move into Minnesota, and how was that transition? Like, was it a little bit of a culture shock? Was out here, you obviously hear about Chicago. Chicago's known everywhere, and you kind of know
Yeah.
the whole culture and a rich history. Moving from a Chicago area to a Minnesota, how was that transition? In like, just how was that, and when did you move, and how was that transition?
Moved when I was like right after my freshman year, and the
Okay,
transition was hurtful. Actually, you know what I mean. I
yeah,
didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. You know what I mean. But
yeah,
ultimately, I got here, and it was cool, man. I found another home. You know what I mean. Whoever said you couldn't have a home in two places? You know what I mean.
right.
You know what I'm saying.
So
You
go
can
my
have a
bad.
home in two places, man. You know what I mean.
Moving freshman year, that had to
So
be tough
so
too, because you're just getting into life and starting to kind of move
Yeah,
into it,
playing
transition
ball and
into
stuff
your life.
like that.
Right,
Yeah, playing
right.
ball, shit like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just not really getting friends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but once I got here, man, shit, it was what it was. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at now. You know what I mean? This is home now. You know what I'm saying? Let me make the best of it. You know what I'm saying?
Word
And
up.
shit, ultimately, like shit, put the town on the map. You know what I'm saying? That's what my goal was before. Obviously before the federal agents came in. You know what I'm saying? We all know that story though. You know what I mean? Be careful who you choose your friends. You know what I mean?
Indeed, indeed. And we're gonna get to that bridge. Definitely get there. I want to, so take me. All right, so freshman year, you in Minnesota, you're doing your thing. When did you start linking up with the Street Kings? When did you even see like watch them brothers do their thing? And when did you guys kind of form Street Kings and start doing your thing out in Minnesota?
Well, it's funny because I knew those guys in high school, but we wasn't like hanging out together. You know what I'm saying? We was different crowds. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like
Gotcha.
I actually one of the Street Kings. I actually my first class when I got to Minnesota went to high school called South High, and one of the Street Kingz was actually in there. Malcolm, he was actually in the classroom with me. He was like fooling around a lot. And I just kept looking at him like, man, this dude play too much. You know what I'm saying? Like he played too much. Coming from where I come from, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm like, this dude play too much. You know what I'm saying? But and we didn't get cool or nothing then. We seen each other and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Spoke and stuff like that. And then some kind of way I forgot exactly how, but I ended up meeting Neil, and they was actually around Neil, and they was already doing the Street King thing. They just didn't have the financial support, you know what I'm saying, to do Street King. So Malcolm and Beat Out was already dope, you know what I mean? They just didn't have the financial support, like I said, you know what I mean? And we was actually already had been part of a music group, me, Jazzy Wills, and my little brother Block. We already had been part of something called APG that we done when we was like teenagers, you know what I'm saying? That we had done when we was like teenagers or whatever. So when we end up linking back up with them, I brought Jazzy Wills in. They already had a three-man group. I brought Jazzy Wills in, and man, the rest was history, man. We just start, putting it together.
All right. So when did y'all go from putting everything together? You got artists in there. Everybody's kind of dope in their own way. You put it together. When does it go from, all right, we out here doing our thing, to, all right, we one of the hottest underground groups in Minnesota, and we really about to make some fucking noise out here? Like, how was that transition like? And when did y'all start realizing that, all right, the city supports us? You know what I mean? They really behind us. We getting the buzz out here. It's time to take that next step. What kind of steps and what kind of things started happening? Y'all to start seeing that shit was going on.
Okay, well, yeah, like first we just started out like had like a decent apartment. We was just sitting there writing music and making songs, and then we just started going to the studio, and it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It was cool because like for the most part, like when something start off, you got to get everybody to believe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm gonna go beyond that, not believe but know, because to believe is to not know, and to know is to no longer believe, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And a belief can be tampered with, you know what I'm saying? A belief system can be tampered with, so we had to get these guys to know. So like going in the studio, stuff like that, and then start putting the music out of here and start getting a response. You know what I'm saying? Start getting a response. And then for me, it was also like the picture, like giving a visual. We started like back then, we was playing high price dollar for videos and stuff. So I started shooting videos and stuff like that. And then I think what it hit us real hard is when we went on the road. When we actually met I don't know if you know Clay from Glam Hustle. He recently passed away, you know what I mean? But I think that's when it really got big for us, when we ran into Clay, and Clay started like letting us slide like to the AA in different spots like that, you know what I'm saying? If he had something going on, letting us perform and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? We actually got a DVD that we did back then. It's called Before the Deal, you know what I'm saying? And we used to be on I know you're probably familiar with Cocaine City, when French used to do that back in the day. We was on that. So we was on that stuff right there, you know what I'm saying? We actually had flew those guys to Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? They actually slept in my crib, you know what I'm saying? So I think it hit big for us like that. And then we ended up doing like this big show at Myth, you know what I'm saying, with T.I., you know what I'm saying, when he was dropping the King album, you know what I'm saying? And it just went up from there. Like, I mean, like when they started they started knowing our songs word for word and stuff like that. And I think that's when it really, like, you know what I mean? Of course, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, everybody think they rappers just running around with hoodies on, or they thing on the shirt, you know what I'm saying? You got your burn on. You doing what you're doing, you hustling, whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody think they a rapper, you know what I'm saying? But until the people respond, it's like a king. It's like you're calling yourself king. Like, you can verbally say whatever, but it's the people who crown you, you know what I'm saying? Until the people respond, then it's just a bunch of talk, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I think that's when when the people respond, you know what I'm saying?
Dope. So
I think that's what it was for us.
When I heard the story about you guys performing at T.I., reminded me, because we performed, a group, and I sang R&B, performed at Apollo. And before we performed at Apollo, we had to audition. And there was so many fucking people out there auditioning. We didn't think we was going to get a chance to even go on that stage. So I kind of said a little prayer to myself at the time, like, yo, God, listen, if you get us on that stage, I promise you we're going to be the baddest act on here this day.
Right.
We got on stage. We were the baddest act on it that day. And then we propelled to Apollo. I remember reading the story about how T.I. was going to perform. You guys were supposed to perform, and then some things happened to where you almost didn't perform. So can you talk us and talk to people through what happened during that time? What was your mindset like? And then what it felt like really getting on stage and doing your thing and hearing the people sing your songs and shit. Talk about how it was prior to that.
Yeah, well, that specific incident right there, I think I can't remember exactly, but I think somebody started fighting. I think that made T.I. want to come on early and get out the way. I think something happened backstage, you know what I'm saying? And we was always set in Minnesota. We was always like the best, and we was always like set to come on right before the major act, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wanted to jump in. That's actually how I met Clay. You know what I'm saying? So Clay came down and seen the commotion, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, what's going on? And I broke it down for him, you know what I'm saying? And man, good brother, he just felt the energy, like, man, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna go holler at Tip, you know what I'm saying? He went and hollered at Tip, you know what I'm saying? And Tip was like, no, let them brothers do their thing, you know what I'm saying? Let them go ahead, you know what I mean? And we went on, man, and it was, you know what I'm saying, and we rocked it, and it was just, man, it was cool. And then we built a relationship with them from then on, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it was actually it was just an incident backstage or something like that, and Tip them probably, you know, being on tour, wanting to get to the next spot, you know what I'm saying? Don't want nothing to happen, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's how that happened or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we end up yeah, even having an article in the newspaper about that too, about that situation too. You know what I
right.
mean? So yeah, that's how that went. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Ti for even doing that, because you got
Yeah,
people out here. You like people, you like them as an artist, you like them as an actor, musician, whatever the case, and then you read these motherfuckers in real life and they ain't who you thought they were,
yeah. I
and
tell
then
people
it
that
kind
shit
of
all the time.
disappoint you. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
disappoints you because it's like, damn, I wish I could have just stuck to the music because this motherfucker right here is not who I thought he was. But shout out to Tip for even doing that, man, and getting
yeah.
y'all on stage. So,
I
all right,
think
man,
Tip got a line like that too. You know, break your heart to find out your favorite rapper lame as hell. You know what I'm
it
saying? I
hurt.
think Tip got, yeah, I think Tip got a line like that for real.
It shit hurt,
Yeah,
man. So he wasn't lying. Let's talk about, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. Street Kingz is out here. Y'all knocking on the door. You got people starting to know you. People hearing your music. I know how that feeling is. That when you at the door and you knocking on that shit and that shit starting to crack open. That's a feeling like no other. But
yeah.
then
You
y'all
start
kind of
signing
get it.
autographs and shit, man.
You
It
know what I
got
mean?
real.
It got
Yeah,
real. So then, and
yeah.
then what I'm talking to you now for like these last 15, 60 minutes, it seems as though, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were kind of like the leader and the catalyst, even though you may have had a bunch of talent around you, you were kind of the one to make the foundation and make sure everything was good. You was quarterback and everything. It seemed like you had a positive demeanor about, excuse me, a positive disposition about yourself. You was moving, trying to get everything in a positive direction. What happened to get you put behind bars for what was supposed to be 30 years, ends up being 17, to the best of your the way you can explain it, man? I can't hear. You might have got a phone call. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So look, if you can hear me, bro, drop out the call, drop out, and come right back in. It should help to fix the issue. I think you got a phone call. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna wait for our bro Brinks to come back in. And while we do, man, I hope you guys are enjoying the interview. Share this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm really enjoying what we're hearing so far. Got to hear about the good, how Brinks moved from Chicago to Minnesota, how he met up with the Street Kingz and started gaining a buzz. And unfortunately, now we're about to hear about what happened, and we'll put this brother behind bars for 17 years. Like I said, to the best way that he can explain it. Don't want him putting things out there that could potentially get caught up in situations. But at the end of the day, definitely can't wait to hear that. Like I said, hit that like button, smash that notification bell, share this video. And if you're interested in being a part of Artist Spotlight, you see the email scrolling below. It'll be scrolling throughout this video as we await Brinks to come back on. I'm sure he got a phone call. He'll be back on momentarily. But while you guys are waiting, like I said, drop them area codes. Let me know where you're listening. If you're watching this live, if you happen to catch it on the back end, drop the area code in the comment section. Let me know how you're enjoying the interview thus far. Marcus B, I appreciate you, my G. Dig this. If you're still in the building, Jazz Christians, appreciate y'all in the building. Thank y'all again. Share the video while we await my guy Brinks to come back in the building. Let me make sure everything is okay on our end. No, I don't have any messages, so I'm sure he'll come back in a minute. Make sure everything was copacetic real quick. 205 in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. Why do I see that? I need to be in the forefront. Why is that in the background? All right, at least I can see that stuff. All right, cool. I say I need to see that up front. 205 in the building. Stand up, and appreciate you. All right, my guy Brinks is back in the building.
Yeah.
Got a phone call.
Yeah, somebody bleeped in. I tried to swipe it, man. It took the sound out. My
Yeah,
fault.
no, it's all good, bro. So if that happens again, just drop out, come back in, and it should fix the sound, man. I done did this shit a few times, so I know.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we were at the point, like I said, you guys are doing your thing. Minnesota starting to show you love. You're getting love in Atlanta. Shit's starting to move for you, and then the feds come in and kind of fuck up everything, man. So the best of the way you can explain it, talk about what happened in those events and what ended up eventually putting you behind bars for so long.
Shit, man. Man. You know the story, man. You know some people, man. You try to give people the world, man. They just want to be you, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, just end up, man, having some cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Around, man, that shouldn't have been around, type thing. You know what I mean? and ended up going to back, going to give information, you know what I'm saying, falsifying shit, all type of shit to the government, you know what I'm saying? The government got thirsty, you know what I mean? They kind of seen us young, you know what I'm saying, doing our thing, you know, they seem to change the cars, the cribs, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's the same story, man. You know what I'm saying? Repeated cycle, man. They came out us, man, like never before, you know?
Mhm. I do know. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
do. So we
Yeah.
we sat. I've sat as a patron in a couple of federal cases, and
Uh-huh.
I've seen it looks like the defense is cutting the prosecution up, cutting they up, and it
Yeah.
did seem like the judges really don't care. It seems like anything the prosecution says, it seems like the judge feeds into more. I say all that to say it seems like once you get in those buildings and once you get in those situations, the game is fixed, and it doesn't matter what you present. You're already done before you even get started, man. So that kind of how it was for you when you were sitting in the hearings or when you were hearing the case be presented. Did you feel like it was fixed before it even started? Lost my brother again. You with me, bro? I seen it went black, but I was hoping that he could hear me still. Lost him again. All right, we'll get him back momentarily. All good. Dealing with some issues over there, but it's all great. We'll get him back momentarily. Hope you guys once again are enjoying the content. Share the video, like the video as we continue on with the bro. Let's see where we at. Make sure, like I said again, phone is good. All right, cool. I ain't got no phone calls or nothing. He'll be back on momentarily. I don't want too much white noise in the building. I'm going to keep you guys informed, to keep you guys entertained. So again, like I said, if you guys are interested in joining me in an artist spotlight edition of Viral Hip Hop News, email me dlsmediainc1 at gmail.com. Again, that is dlsmediainc1 at gmail.com. For the people coming in, stick around, like the video, share the video. We're on with my bro Brinks out of Chicago, Illinois, by way of Minnesota, part of the Street Kingz, doing a thing out in Minnesota. He was locked up for 17 years by the feds, did some fed time, got out. Here we go. We back in the building with my
Yeah,
guy
I put it
Brinks.
on Do Not Disturb, man. I ain't
Yeah,
know.
it is. Yeah, man. You're a busy brother right now, man.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Nah, it's all gravy. So I was saying, like I sat in a couple Fed cases, and it seemed like no matter what the defense had, no matter what they presented the judge didn't want to hear that shit. He was on the prosecution side. It didn't matter how much the defense was cutting up the prosecution. It seemed like the game was fixed before the game even started. So in your case, when you were sitting there and you were listening to evidence being presented and things, did you feel like, man, I ain't got a fucking chance? Or did you actually feel like there was a chance that you could beat whatever case was thrown at you?
Yeah, well, shit, man. I never got caught with no drugs, no wiretaps, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like just hearsay. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing was testimony. Like I ain't get called. I went on no wiretaps, no nothing, no phone conversations, nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, so like in that sense, like yeah, you feel like you don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? But you always got God. You know what I mean? You always got
Yeah,
that sense of it. You know what I mean? The spiritual world of it. Like I got a chance. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because if you feel like that, you feel like it ain't no God. You know what I'm saying? So and I don't feel
yeah,
that way. You know what I mean? So from that side of it, yeah, I always felt like I had a chance. But in a courtroom, like nah, because I was having a situation in the courtroom where I was actually having to stand up and say things myself that the attorney wouldn't even say. You know what I mean? Like I was
damn,
in there really bucking. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like my paperwork, like my transcripts and stuff, you know, tell it all. You know what I mean? Like I was reading it like, man, hold on, that's some bullshit, 19. You know what I mean? Like, man, is you serious? I actually told the judge one time, like, man, like you serious, man? You know what I mean? Because like one of the main witnesses couldn't even point me out. You know what I'm saying? Like he pointed at my brother. You know what I'm saying? They told him to point at me and he pointed at my brother. You know what I mean? So
mm,
yeah, it was just yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is called a system for a reason, man. You know, if you go if you go go in depth into the definition of system, man, I mean the system works a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I mean? It's called
yeah,
system for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Criminal justice system. You know what I'm saying? You know
yeah,
what I mean? So you got one or two options, you know what I'm saying? Then you could buy into all the things about you could buy into all the things about like you know, the higher you, the more you pay an attorney and stuff like that, man. That shit all garbage, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Because some high price attorneys don't know nothing. They just negotiators. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They sell and trade niggas all day long. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know what I mean? So the best thing that you could do is come up out of the system and stand as one, you know what I'm saying? Stand as one in the system. You know what I'm saying? And that means not be formidable, not be what the system wants you to be. You know what I mean? That's what I started doing. You know what I'm saying? That's when things started changing for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's the same story, bro. Like, dudes coming around, you know what I mean, doing stuff that they not supposed to be doing, then they get in trouble and they can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? They can't deal with the trouble, you know what I mean? And here come the domino effect, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was one of the ones that refused to play the game. I refused to put somebody's mother, sister, brother in the position that some guys that put me in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I was one of them type of ones, you know what I'm saying? Well, me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? All three of my brothers, I mean, both of my brothers, all three of us went to trial. My oldest brother actually beat it in trial, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a bunch of money laundering charges and stuff too, you know what I'm saying? For some homes and a small franchise we had here, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but like I said, it's the same story, man, all around the world, man, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's the same thing going on out here right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if it, you know what I'm saying, they buck for a buck out here. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If somebody got a dollar, doesn't matter what they did, man. So stay clear, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, same story all around the world, bro.
That's a fact, man. So you get it. You behind bars and you dealing with whatever you're dealing with. And at one point did you decide, you know what? I want to learn law. I want to learn it down from A to Z. I want to get my shit as tight as possible, and I want to start fighting for my freedom, man. At what point did you say, you know what? I'm gonna get into these law books, man. I'm gonna learn this shit myself, and I'm gonna start fighting.
And honestly, fam, through the gate. When they put me in the county, I went off. I went off to the races. I didn't play no games. You know what I'm saying? So I got like possibly like 16, 17 years of experience in the legal field under my belt. You know what I'm saying? Because I started to realize that even some of the paid attorneys, though, like it's a difference between sparring and boxing. You know what I'm saying? So if you got attorneys that's just used to going in there sparring, mean like going there, selling and trading people, you know what I'm saying? They don't really know nothing, you know what I'm saying? They just going to negotiate with and whatever the government say, they pretty much roll with it. And they come back to you and try to say, well, the government said you could take this, take that, you know what I'm saying? And dudes usually typically do it, or they side with the prosecutor, you know what I mean? They switch sides, you know what I'm saying? So me seeing that right away, like, man, these dudes really don't know nothing. Even for some judges, you know what I'm saying? Some judges is learning the law as they go, you know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that part of it too. So it's not just about them really wanting to like sell people out, you know what I'm saying? You got to put them people on notice, and then your attorney's not gonna do it. So like I said, man, I went off to the races, man. I started studying the law, man, as soon as I touched, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew what I was going through wasn't right, and I knew it wasn't my ending, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is not right, you know what I mean? So I had to go learn it myself, you know what I'm saying? And then when I started learning, like, the fact that I knew what I knew, like, you know what I'm saying, from a constitutional standpoint, like judges couldn't stand me. You know what I'm saying? Because in our culture and in their eyes, I go like, man, you uppity nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga,
Yeah,
you ain't
yeah,
supposed to know that. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Who told you that? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You're supposed to be able to read and write. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And that's even for some brothers, you know what I'm saying? They look at you like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through that now. You know what I mean? So yeah, so for the most part, like, yeah, you know what I mean, man, I went straight into the books, man. You know what I'm saying? I did my ball playing, I shot a little pool, you know what I'm saying? But first priority was the books, man, and getting back to my people, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? To put my people where they supposed to be, you know what I mean?
So how did you get your sentence down from 30 to 17? Like, did you have to file appeals? How many appeals did you
All
have to
that, yup,
file
yup, yup.
before you
I
got
actually,
attention? Like, how hard did you have to fight to get out at 17 as opposed to 30?
man, I actually got a video I'm doing called Pay Homage, man. And I got like all my denials in the video. Like I got a stack of like the letters and stuff. Like, man, like I can't even explain to you, man. I can't even explain to you like like people that like got 30, did 17, but they don't know the torture that I was going through, and then like standing up to the guards, getting through in a shoe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For them trying to get me to do certain things that I just went down with, like under no circumstances was I gonna be treated like a nigga, like a slave. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Under no circumstance, I was willing to die. And I meant that, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I carried myself like that through the joint, you know what I'm saying? For real, for real. And ultimately, like, some guards respected, some didn't. But the ones who didn't, I was ready to go to war with them. You know what I mean? It was what it was. You know what I mean? And the same thing for the inmates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so
Okay.
like I got a video called Pay Homage where I got like stacks of denials. I'm talking about probably up to the ceiling, bro. No bull, you know what I'm saying? No cap, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, it was really a journey. Then I ended up getting myself resentenced, and then my judge refused to resentence me. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to war with him with that. Like my judge was just real angry at me because I was just calling. You know how it is out here, man. You can't tell nobody the truth no more. You know what I mean? You
Right.
just can't do it. You know what I mean? Everybody get emotional. And my judge is just one of those people, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, man, you let this happen. So, of course, that once I point something out to him, you know what I mean? It's a reflection on him. So he didn't want to accept that you allowed this to go on. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make it like he wasn't part of it.
So did you get a new judge, or did he just kind of?
Nah, nope. I still got the same judge, so I ended up getting another law ended up passing. I ended up filing for myself, and he ended up having to give me that one because it wasn't no way around that one. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, wow.
So yeah, so like the other couple of things, he kept finding ways around. You know what I'm saying? And I would go all the way up the letter. You know what I'm saying? I actually got some rhythm from the Supreme Court one time with it. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of like disobeyed them too. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like some arch rival type thing, like every man for themselves. And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, this system is, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like sometimes they don't even listen to each other. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that deep. You know what I mean? You know what I
So
mean?
no, go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, I'm good.
So what was the piece to finally get you out? Oh, well, you just said it. It was basically they had to get you out because there was something that they couldn't deny. So did
And
you
then
deal with?
and then not to cut you off, but
No,
also
you
the
go.
Donald Trump passed the First Step Act, and that
Mm,
also got me out early because my sentence ain't really up to 2029. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But I'm out on like the First Step Act, which is like good time credits. You know what I'm saying? And then the reduction that I did get that I just told you that I filed for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I had like 1,000 and some days in good time credits that they had to apply to me, and that's what got me out early.
Are they still fucking with you, even though you? I mean, you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. In a
Yeah.
halfway house, like right now, I'm in a halfway house right still right now. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So yeah, they still, they still pulling strings. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they got the right one, homie. I'm good.
Where and you seem good. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
look in your eye, you seem like you locked in and you ready for whatever. And I
yeah,
appreciate that,
absolutely,
man. I applaud
absolutely.
that, man, for real. So talk about you getting back into music, man. You get out, you know what I'm saying? Your feet touch fresh air once again, and you jump right back into the music, jump back into the booth. Like talk about that.
Yeah, well, man, I didn't really want to do the music things. I'm like, man, I got older, man, and woo woo. But then I started listening to the music, and I'm like, and then to be honest with you, my baby sister pushed me back into the music thing. You know what I mean? She had a little line called ASG, a sort of sneaker geek that she out here doing. She doing real good for herself. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah, she pushed me back into the music. Like, bro, now, like you gotta go. Like, look where you was at. You know what I mean? Because like, man, like I said, like we didn't get to this, but like I had done my solo album right before I got locked up, you know what I mean? And I was like, I was like dealing with the labels with it and stuff, you know what I mean? She was like, look where you was at, you know what I mean? And I was listening to so I got out, I listened to my old album, like, man, I was nice, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm nicer, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, and she kept on saying, like, man, God didn't give you that gift for no reason, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter the time, you know what I'm saying? You timeless, bro, you know what I'm saying? And then I end up reaching out to my Jazzy Wells, one of the Street Kings, the one who you know got up with you for the interview or whatever, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
he started saying the same thing, like, man, bring the Street Kings back, like we, you know what I mean? And then I ultimately came to the conclusion, like like we didn't fall off. You know what I mean? We never fall off, we never fell off, we never quit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had an intervention, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The feds came and did some bullshit, you know what I mean? And that's what took us out the way. Now the people didn't the people didn't give up on us. The people
Right.
didn't lose interest in us, you know what I'm saying? So those people still got somewhat of an interest in you. You just got to make them more interested, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You just got to show them that you ain't what everybody else is. You ain't washed up. You ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm able to talk to you the way I'm talking to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that for me. You know what I'm saying? It's more to
Indeed.
come. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's how I got back to doing the music thing. And then man, I ended up doing the song after Donald Trump did the First Step Act. I ended up doing this song in the joint called Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And that was
Yeah.
one of the first songs I came out here and dropped. You know what I'm saying? But the song wasn't to promote Donald Trump. I was really like being saying that in some ways, all people are really the same. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Hmm.
just doing it in a different form. You know what I mean? He's repping the streets in a different form. You know what I'm saying? And I'm repping the presidential, the Oval Office in a different form. You know what I mean?
Word. And then we gonna I got that song queued in. We're gonna play that song in a minute. But as you were talking, it made me spark another question because you said your sister got a sneaker line. You have brothers out here, y'all was doing your thing. You come from an entrepreneurial, seems like bloodline. You
Yeah.
got a bloodline of hustlers. So
Yeah.
how was your family life growing up, man? How did you have your
Hustlers,
parents?
homie.
Yeah, talk
Hustlers.
about that, man. Talk
Hustlers.
about that. Because that
Hustlers,
seemed like
homie. Yeah, hustlers, like, like we don't promote it, but my mom was in the streets, my pops was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I don't glorify, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So me and my brothers and stuff, like, man, we grew up pumping gas for quarters and shit, carrying groceries and stuff. They gave us the hustle spirit early, you know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
entrepreneurship early, you know what I mean? So yeah,
yeah.
we all, all my brothers is like all my brothers and sisters is like entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? You know
That's
what I
dope.
mean? And that's for the most part, like most of my family is now, you know what I'm saying? Even a lot of my cousins and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So like, uh I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't put myself on a pedestal, but I would say that I influenced a lot of it. You know what I mean?
And that's why they pushed and peddled a lot of that bullshit into our communities and got us using that entrepreneurial and that hustler mindset for another ulterior motive.
Absolutely.
Because they
Absolutely.
know if we had it and if we were getting the right game in school, and we were getting the right motivation in school, and people were kind of prompting us up to do positive, man, we would have this shit on lock and they know it. But they steered that in another direction, you know what I mean, and put that hustler spirit toward more so survival as opposed to flourishing. And,
Survival, exactly. You hit on the head.
I mean?
They push you into survival mode at an early age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And honestly, like, you know, I don't like to give them. No longer in my life do I give them that credit. You know what I mean? I don't even point the finger at them no more. I just say, you know, everything for me was meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? I point the finger at myself at all times. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. I think that we give them people that credit too much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they smart as people think they are. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, just to my understanding, you know what I'm saying? I think they lacking a lot of knowledge, you know what I mean? Because they not dialed in with nothing greater than them. They think they is the greatest, you know what I'm saying? And that's your first downfall. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Your Scarface mentality is your first, you know what I'm saying? That's your death trap, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't give them that credit. You know, they push this in our community. They, you know what I'm saying? Because in my eyes, know who is they, you know what I'm saying? We still got options, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it's hard to see it that way, but it's real, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like you said, if we could have been taught to sell oranges instead of that, you know what I'm saying? We probably would have sold oranges. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I mean?
Okay, well said, brother. You 100% right. I 100% agree. Very well said. All right, so I want to get into the the music real quick. You know what I'm saying? You got a song, not Donald Trump, it's called Trump. Like you said, fresh out. I got it queued up right now. I'm going to play it. I listened to some of it. I didn't listen to all of it. I kind of wanted to give it a fresh sound and listen to it live. So I'm going to give you a live reaction after I hear it. And then we're going to talk about it, man. So without further ado, if you're ready, bro, I'm ready. We're going to hear this song, Trump. You know what I mean? But my guy Brinks, let's get to work.
Then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple.
Brian J made it. Pockets on swole, bankroll, call me Donald Trump. In the kitchen, Pyrex whipping dead bread, Donald Trump. Red bottles, bloody head, stomp, nigga. Bottles up, hood high, throw it up, major bag, Donald Trump. Pockets on swole, bankroll, call me Donald Trump. In the kitchen, Pyrex whipping dead bread, Donald Trump. Red bottles, bloody head, stomp, nigga. Bottles up, hood high, throw it up, major bag, Donald Trump. Dead prayers campaign, make it rain, hurricane. Started up, I keep it tucked. Branded shit, now watch it bang, bang. Who the fuck you niggas think you fucking with? Wrist wears immaculate, the chopper ain't accurate. Put cheese on his head, yeah, that Green Bay pack of shit. Load the drum, throw it up, never see a one-on-one. Train to go, take flight, stomp them out till the bouncers come. In the club, 100 strong, home away with 100 on. Benjamin, Franklin, Grants, Jacksons, travel out of state, bring it back, and we taxing. Presidential suite, round table when we meet. If a bag, make a prayers, next election, vote for me. Brinks. Pockets on swole, bankroll, call me Donald Trump. In the kitchen, Pyrex whipping dead bread, Donald Trump. Red bottles, bloody head, stomp, nigga. Bottles up, hood high, throw it up, major bag, Donald Trump. Pockets on swole, bankroll, call me Donald Trump. In the kitchen, Pyrex whipping dead bread, Donald Trump. Red bottles, bloody head, stomp, nigga. Bottles up, hood high, throw it up, major bag, Donald Trump. Duffel bag full of gas in the mall, watch them crash. Might as the sags built the ass. Exercise your right to trial America. Rep your flag, we the people, we are mad. Second Amendment, word for word. Constitution don't make us purge. I pledge allegiance to the people. We gon' fly just like an eagle. Feel no evil, no hesitation. Fuck what they say, take back our nation. Freedom, mental, independent. Citizens, we must defend us. Don't believe it, they're not your leaders. If they starve us, God gon' feed us. Last meal, lift my shield, Leonidas, pain unite us, we won't go, salute my fighters, we won't go, run to the fire, USA, no more hate, Malcolm X, JFK, prayers debate, assassinate, cause I am great. Pockets on swole, bankroll, call me Donald Trump. In the kitchen, Pyrex whipping dead bread, Donald Trump. Red bottles, bloody head, stomp, nigga. Bottles up, hood high, throw it up, major bag, Donald Trump. Pockets on swole, bankroll, call me Donald Trump. In the kitchen, Pyrex whipping dead bread, Donald Trump. Red bottles, bloody head, stomp, nigga. Bottles up, hood high, throw it up, major bag, Donald Trump.
We should also enact new laws laying out clear criminal penalties for federal bureaucrats who partner with private entities to do an end run around the Constitution and deprive Americans of their First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights.
Trump by my guy Brinks. My bad, man. That shit was hard, bro. And you know what? Like I heard influence from everywhere. Like when I first heard it, you reminded me of my boy from Tennessee. Then I hear some things that reminds me from Atlanta. Then I hear some shit that reminds me from the East and the West. It sounds like you got like a melting pot of shit.
I just told you that,
As far as like the flow. And then it was funny. I almost laughed a few times because like you talking about Donald Trump the way rappers used to talk about Donald Trump before he got into the politics, and everybody got into politics and act like they ain't talk about Donald Trump in their raps. Yeah, damn liar. Yes, you did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That took me back to that. So just talk about the motivation behind that, man. And talk about your thoughts on Donald Trump, minus the Epstein shit, because I got my whole thought on that whole situation. But prior to all the shit we hearing right now, what was your thoughts on Trump? What was your thoughts on him when he became president? When you got out, like, did anything change? Like, what was your thoughts on it from the inside looking out?
Man, I ain't really got no thoughts on Trump, man. Like, I be honest with you, like, man, like, you know, the presidency thing ain't never really done nothing for my culture, my community. Like, so it ain't no in my, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm like I said, I point the finger at me. I don't really got no super thoughts on Trump. I don't really follow politics to that degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, like me, like I learned the law, and I know a lot of that stuff is them, you know what I'm saying, warring with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you know, it's gonna be some good and bad things about everybody. Everybody not gonna like everybody, you know what I'm saying? So like, and far as like the racist stuff and all that stuff right there, I mean, well, shit, at least a person lets you know who they is, you know what I mean? So
talk about it.
You know what I mean? As opposed to somebody, you know what I mean, sitting with you every day. I mean, a lot of people talking about Trump, but they got people right on the side of them right now that's racist, and they don't even know, you know what I mean? Some people out here sleeping with the enemy. They got the enemy in the bed with them, you know what I mean? So man, at least you know who that person is, you feel me? So yeah, I don't really got no thoughts on Trump. The song Donald Trump came from me seeing myself as the president, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, and I don't mean like being in the overalls, I mean back in my community, like the president, like, you know what I'm saying? I did a lot for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And I set an example for a lot of people. So, you know what I mean? And from a president standpoint, I'm just seeing it as leadership, you know what I'm saying? It's what I'm saying to Donald Trump. So I'm calling myself Donald Trump in the sense of leadership, president, you know what I mean? And the fact that you know, a presidential felon, you know what I'm saying? Like they came out to Trump, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean, basically saying like, man, no, anybody can get it and anybody can be what they want to be, man. They put their heart in it, you know what I'm saying? And they put the work in. You know what I mean?
Indeed. So what I wanted to ask you.
And then I used Trump just to talk about, if you listen to the second verse, I really went like, you know, somewhat political in the second verse, you know what I'm saying? So like it's really just like me trying to like, you know, Trump, the political side of me saying Trump is just me trying to introduce my political side, you know what I'm saying, without being political, but doing it inside the music, you know what I'm saying, and not from a podium or acting like a senator or something like that. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like to, like I said, I'm a musician, I'm an R&B singer, so I want to talk about like the essence of the actual creation of the song. So did you write it behind bars?
Yeah, yup.
Okay, and where did you record it?
I recorded the Content House right here, the spot I'm in right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a spot in Minnesota. It's called the Content House. You know what I'm saying? Some real dope engineers and producers down here. You know what I mean? I'm actually sitting here doing an interview. You know what I'm saying? I recorded it here like maybe like 3 weeks after I got out. You know what I'm saying? I went in there and recorded that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Now, who produced it and who engineered it? Did you do all that? Or you said you had some engineers and producers?
No, Ryan J produced it. A guy named Ryan J produced it. You know what I'm saying? And a guy that's attached to the Content House, SMG Blanco. He was the engineer on that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He pretty much engineered my whole album. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much engineered the whole album. You know what I mean? Outside of a couple other guys mixing some things, but he pretty much like engineered the whole thing though.
Dope. And did you send me the mastered version?
Is that the mastered version? I don't know if Will sent you the mastered version or not. I had to check with him and see.
Because to me, it just sounded like it could be a little louder. Like I wanted to hear them drums banging a little more, but I'm thinking that's probably not the master version I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the shit sounds too clean and stuff, not to be like is the volume to be where I needed it to be. But I don't think I got the master drum. But the shit fire, bro. Like I want that, like I said, all them drums and shit. And then if I could hear your vocals just a little, like not cleaner because they were clean, just a little. Then feel that shit just a little more. I don't think I got the master version, but that shit hard, bro.
Okay, I got you. Definitely chop it up with the engineer. You know what I'm saying? Constructive criticism. We need that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, nah, Jazz said it wasn't. So yeah, I know. My ear, man. I be knowing. But that's what's up. That makes me feel even better knowing that wasn't even the master joint. Because now I know that master shit probably hitting.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. So I got a couple more songs that I have that I'm going to listen to. Is there anything else that you wanted to play, man? The floor is yours. We almost about done with the interview, but real quick, man, I just wanted to show you some more love. If there's anything that you wanted to let the people know about, if there's any websites that they can follow, if there's anything else that you wanted me to share, man, I could throw it in the queue real quick, and we can share some more music if you sent it to me, bro. Whatever you want, man. The floor is yours. I appreciate you. I appreciate your story, man, and I definitely want to work more.
Yeah, I think Jazz sent you a song I got called "Still Alive" too. That's one of my redemption songs right there. You know what I'm saying? You could drop that one. But as far as me, nah, not really. Just follow me at IG, man, at Antoine Spencer. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it, man. Like getting this album ready to drop, man. Probably the first week of August or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll be leading with that Donald Trump single. Then probably followed by something I got called "Like That." You know what I'm saying? Then "Still Alive." You know what I mean? So. Other than that, reviving the Crown Chain, man, the Street Kingz Crown Gang family, man. Just bringing it back to life, man. You know what I'm saying? Winning the people back over. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but for surely. It's a process, though. You know.
Yes, sir. Indeed. I'm trying to look for the song right now. I think I got. You said the John. Is it a video?
Nah, I probably no video. Still alive. Probably should have just. He probably should just sent the song. I got a video to it, but like it's just some in studio stuff. Because I was in the halfway house doing a lot. I came out and hit the ground running, so a lot of my stuff was just stuff in studio stuff because I was stuck in the halfway house, couldn't really move around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Let me see. I think he might not have titled it, but it might be audio_5499. Let me check real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna play this John. And Jazz, if you could do me a favor, bro, put my dude Brinks Instagram handle in the chat, and I'm gonna throw it up in the stream so people can see it real quick, and we can go ahead and get people to follow that as well. Let me see where this John is at. All right. You ain't letting me do that. Why you ain't letting me do that? Let me see something real quick. All right, now I know how I got to do it real quick. All right, I may not. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. While I'm doing that, we're just going to show some love. And do you mind if I share whatever you sent me? I can share whatever?
Man, do whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming out anyway, man.
Say less. All right, so while we're gonna show a couple things before we get up out of here, man, just because I fuck with you heavy and we're gonna get people up in this joint. So hold on. All right, we're gonna play Just Like That. Got this video from my dude.
That's a dope song too.
Let's get it.
Yeah, shout out to my son in the video right there.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Have you ever fell out with someone you thought you died for? Watch life take a turn, had you blindfolded. Can't believe I got you front, you turned your back on me. After everything I done for you, I'm holding my head. Just go up and leave me just like that, and throw me away just like that. Just gonna leave a nigga sick like that. Get out my pride, I'm gonna get right back. That phone call, I guess I'm on my spit. You know I'm from the jump, out this penitentiary chance. Said you hold me down, I wasn't gone for a year. Word around the town, you out here selling all my shit. So my day one. When that day come, I never thought that you would change. Yeah, they tell you to your face they loyal. I break bad behind my back, they don't show they loyal. It's all a game. Have you ever fell out with someone you thought you died for?
That's your son right there.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Can't believe I got you front, you turned your back on me. After everything I done for you, I'm holding my head. Just gonna believe me just like that, and throw me away just like that. Just gonna leave a nigga sick like that. Get out my pride, I'm gonna get right back.
You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. You don't throw away what we had just like that. You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. I'm a man with pride, I was gonna get right back. You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. You don't throw away what we had just like that. You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. I'm a man with pride, I was gonna get right back. It was you and me and you forever. Us against the world, ready for whatever weather. Storms, we will face them. However you replace them. Your heart's accurate, love. There's no way you could trace them. Used to press yes via collect calls. Now I can't get through. Fuck is wrong with you? I hear you doing it all. Everything times two. I'm pacing, no communication. Got my heart racing. This is what it's come to. A separate destination. Where did I go wrong? Please let me do it better. Respond to my letter. Gotta get myself together. She'll kill me if I let her. I hate you so much right now. Can't explain the pain. This is what I must go through. So pass the rain. Who are you to do me this way? big dog. I'ma bounce back from this pitfall. You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. You don't throw away what we had just like that. You don't just pick up and leave me sick like that. I'm a man with pride, I was gonna get right back.
Oh, and he set up a movie, nigga. I'm like, damn, what's going on?
Yeah, to be continued.
That's what's up. Oh, hold on. Damn, I dropped you. My bad. Yeah, that was hard, man. Just like that. Now, who was the singer in there?
That's actually the engineer singing on there. Blanco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put the melody on his voice. You know what I mean? Put in work. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And how old your son?
My son, I think 22 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Man, anytime I see a father and son or anybody with their kids, it make my heart smile, man, because it's what I do it for. I got a 17-year-old and a 10-year-old, man, and it's what I do this shit for is my kids, man. So salute to you,
for
brother.
sure.
Salute to you. All right, man, before we get up out of here, let me play this joint real quick. And let me know if this is the song that you, what song did you say it was? The song that you sent me?
Still Alive?
Still Alive. Yeah, you let me know if this is Still Alive real quick, because I didn't get a title on the joint, but I threw it in the queue. Let me see where we at. Nah, there we go. All right, you let me know if this is Still Alive.
Nah. That's Pay Homage.
Okay, that's the other MP3 sent me. So I didn't get that joint. Send me, Jazz, send me that joint
to
too.
The federal penitentiary, I didn't go to college. Show respect when you mention me or pay the price. I promise. Tried to break me when they sentenced me, but I stood up regardless. Know them people set me free so I could break y'all out of bondage. Pay homage. Come with me. Pay homage. Pay homage. Come with me. Pay homage. Expectations of a broken man, punching strong, get broken hands. Water whipping, cocaine, memories of broken fans. Embracing what I've been through. These visuals are pitiful. The city's on a decline. Tell these suckers rewind. Take it back to 06. The Kings were on your shit list. For jury hanging, club banging, quick to snatch a nigga bitch. Foreign cars, whip so clean. Product kicks, designer jeans. Back to save it, bless the town. I never let them shade the crown. Blowing fire, bring the smoke. Try to hang me, broke the rope. Mastermind, no time for dope. Sentence me for pushing hope. Set me free to set you free. G.O.D. delivered me. Shake my demons. Saxon Neiman. Love of money, root of evil. Press oppressors, love the people. Every prophet, I'm the sequel. Major moves before my time. Autographs and interviews. I'm the greatest. Wait in line. Back to rule. Breaking news. Street King. Crown Gang. Long live the custom chain. To the federal penitentiary. I didn't go to college. Show respect when you mention me or pay the price. I promise. Tried to break me when they sentenced me, but I stood up regardless. Know them people set me free so I could break y'all out of bondage. Pay homage. Come with me. Pay homage. Pay homage. Come with me. Pay homage. Spent the bag on the team, but we weren't chasing dreams. Just some brothers of a struggle, grinding hard to get the cream. Dollar bill, y'all. Musically, I killed y'all. Took the city nowhere. I could never feel y'all. Pass the rock, let me cook. Escape the grave, niggas shook. Everything is what they took. Living scripture, read the book. Rebel in its own right. Government, its own sight. Murder trial, still I smile. Dress you niggas, still my child. Taught the children everything. How to move, bling bling. Provided you a blueprint. Follow me, a street king. Crown gang, soldier rag. Fuck you niggas, I'm a brag. Had the temp lock, choke them out, they can't breathe. Watch them try to copy me. Such a bunch of thieves. SK Brinks. Money truck, back on deck. Legendary, show respect. Pay homage, peasants. Welcome back, future, past, and present. Pay homage. Went to the federal penitentiary. I didn't go to college. Show respect when you mention me or pay the price. I promise. Tried to break me when they sentenced me, but I stood up regardless. Know them people set me free so I could break y'all out of bondage. Pay homage. Come with me. Pay homage. Pay homage. Come with me. Pay homage.
Pay homage. By the Bo Brinks. At Antoine Spencer is where you can follow him. It's on the screen right now. Definitely appreciate you, man. Where's that Joan at? I got so much stuff in that Joan, man. Definitely appreciate you, man, coming on the show, sharing your story, sharing your music. Hopefully, you know what I mean, you enjoyed yourself, man. And is there anything else you want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, it's up, man. I appreciate you, bro, for having me on, man. Blessings, bro.
Nah, for sure. I appreciate you. And do me a favor, stick around. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. But stick around. I'm going to talk to you once this video's over. So just stick around for me if you don't mind.
I got you.
My bro, appreciate you. Another episode of Artist Spotlight is in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode with my bro Brinks out of Minnesota. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him for sharing his story, sharing his music. If you fuck with him, if you fuck with his story, you fuck with his music, his name and his IG is where we at. Right there. Bang. Antoine_Spencer. Go show him some love. Let him know Viral Hip Hop News sent you. And give him some support, man, because this is why we do this shit. You know what I'm saying? They come on here so they can share their story, and I can get my community to show them some love too, and we could be one community together and do our thing, man. So y'all go ahead and do what y'all do and show that brother some love. And if you're interested in being if you're interested in being a guest on Artist Spotlight, email me, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com to find out the details, find out how, and you can come on and do your thing as well. Till next time, till next story, Sandman, CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News. I appreciate you, Carl Adams. I appreciate you, Marcus B. I appreciate you, Jazz. I appreciate you. Who else am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Dig this. Everybody who engaged in the chat, showed the brother some love, showed the platform some love. You are appreciated as well. Much love to y'all. Till next time. Much love. I'm out of here, man. Peace.